And we are underway in Foxborough. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down.
A nice substantial run there by Gaskin, who was the Dolphins' leading rusher in 2020. 584 total yards in just 7 starts and got stronger as the season went on. Not bad for a 7th-round pick in 2020. He was drafted number 234 overall that season.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. This is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Dolphins 7, Patriots nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now Jones. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's second and a yard. Throwing Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Phillips brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's third and long. Now Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. The AFC's Pro Bowl punter last year, Jake Bailey, on a punt for New England. Jalen Waddle deep to return it. That's taken on the 25. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Tua. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tanner Muse there defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He finds Aguilar over the middle. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
And he will have a Patriots first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Going on the ground, it's White. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Jones on 1st and 10. We'll get that out to the flat to White. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Looking to throw. Jones. That catch, good for 5. It's third down.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case,
and he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0.
14. Patriots nothing. Jason Sanders kicking off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now Jones. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 36. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They run with Bowden. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Eluding the pressure right. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Tua. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
New
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's White. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 53 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 34.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw. Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. You think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
No hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Looking to throw. Jones. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. James White there to make the grab. And the Patriots' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again. And he's brought down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And some room to roam now. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Lynn Bowden, 42 yards. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now Jones. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws, and here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
First down, here's White. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. This one to Bourne out on the left side.
And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping? Touchdown, Patriots! James White, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Patriots get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This taken in at the goal line. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tua going to throw. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tua. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there.
Tua to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now Jones. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a carry for White. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Yards remain on 2nd down. From the gun, Jones. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They'll run it here with Bowden, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level. The quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. The bottom line.
Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Javon Holland. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Bowden. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 91 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Touchdown! Lynn Bowden. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not great starting field position as well.
They pitch it to Harris. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now on 2nd and 16, Jones completes it to Aguilar.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the return will stop right around the 25. So you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. They'll try it again with Bowden. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Now Jones. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. I don't care if you're taking it in round one, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
13 yards remaining on second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to air one out. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
New England on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now Jones. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Jones. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Here's Bowden. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 116 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple-option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Push him back. Push him back.
They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Lynn Bowden with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now Jones. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to pull your playmakers together. Say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run again with Harris. Room to run past midfield. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris, 62 yards. And the Patriots get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Turning into a really good performance on the road, Week 1. You're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now Jones. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here we go. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
They'll run now with Gaskin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.